Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Monthly Horoscope for you coming from the monkey family, and this is for July 2019. So the cards I'm going to shuffle for you, Kabbalistic tarot cards, and the new romance in the first 15 days is going to be a very complicated one coming with many issues. So you're going to inherit somebody that you'll have to worry about and deal with, and you'll have to tiptoe around this person. So think carefully before you rush into this new romance you may find in the first 15 days of July. If you have a romance already in the first 15 days of July, then tell yourself it's going to be a very touchy affair. There are so many open areas that are overly sensitive. You'll have to be very careful what you say, be very careful what you do. So it's a very unpleasant first 15 days for new romance found or for the ongoing romance as well. If you value it, then you'll have to work very hard to keep it going. If you don't want it, you can be able to get out of it very easily as well. It will be all up to you. Now we will go to your marriage area and marriage and family area. And let's see what the card says for you coming from the monkey family in the first 15 days of July. And the problem is all about money. That's what it is. Financial issues are very tight, making a lot of unhappiness in your marriage and family areas. So of course there's stress and anxiety about financial areas. This kind of card can also warn you about unnecessary arguments taking place. So it is you who is listening to me. So tell yourself the last thing you want is to create arguments. So if there's an argument brewing, just walk away from it or stay calm and don't answer back too quickly. That's what you need to do. And now about your job area in the first 15 days of July, you coming from the monkey family. Let's see what's happening. All right. The good news is that you're going to be offered a new job with more money. But the bad news is that the card shows you can be deceived later on. So make sure you have a good contract in your hands before you go to a new job. Staying on in your present job is also going to be not very easy for you. Emotional issues are there, and you will see that either somebody over there in your existing job or your bosses may be very dominating and very pushy. So basically, you are not happy in your existing job. And the offer that you get, well, go and take it, but make sure that you have a good contract. Because what may be offered to you now, and if you take it, then you will later on find that it cannot be delivered to you. So either way, it's a difficult card. You have to worry about what you're going to do and how to just go slow if I were you. Now we will talk about your business areas. For you coming from the monkey family and for the first 15 days. Well, this is the card of separation. That simply means that partnerships can break up in the first 15 days of July, and financial issues can be very bad in the first 15 days of July. And you may want to worry that in the business areas, the danger of growth is seen. So I would say it's not the time to invest in the first 15 days of July, to invest in anything, because the money will just walk away from you. So I don't consider this a good card. Opportunities are there. Difficulties with your partners. Maybe it's your partner who wants to invest into something very badly, and then comes the differences of opinion between you and the partner. But you play safe would be better, as you listening to me. Don't part with your money, and definitely don't want to believe whatever has been offered to you. Now we will go to the last 16 days of July, and I will tackle for you your romance, old and new. Old and new. For you coming from the monkey family. So let's start with your romance, old and new. And your ongoing romance is going to be under stress for some reason or another. There's one of you dominating and wanting to take charge, and this will lead to arguments. So if you listening to me don't want to do the dominating part or the argumentative part, and things will be better. And if you find a new romance, it's going to put you under stress very quickly in the last 16 days of July. So what do you do when you find this romance? You may want it very badly. Well, tell yourself to go slow, enjoy it as much as you can without committing yourself in too much of a way, and see slowly how it develops. I consider this card as not a very positive card, giving you opportunities, but then letting you down at a later date. That's how I look at it. Now, what about your marriage and family areas? Let's see what the card says for you. It's a card of ego. It's a card of ego. And you want to control, and you want to do everything by yourself, and you want to take charge. Well, this is a recipe for getting everything wrong in the last 16 days of July, where your marriage is concerned, and the family members will not also be happy. Now, all this could be not you, it could be your marriage partner that I'm describing. So if that's the case, just calm down, try to keep the atmosphere as pleasant as possible. And it's only 16 days we are talking about, the last 16 days of July, they will pass. So remain calm. Most of all, don't let your ego fight with the ego of your marriage partner. That would be the worst part of it. The pride comes before a fall, as they say. So leave that ego and pride aside, be practical, be logical, and you'll be just fine. Now, what about your job area in the last 16 days of July? Let us see what happens to you. All right, now you can be cheated, you can be deceived, you can be let down, you can be disappointed. That's the news from here about your job in the last 16 days. Well, it's only a job. It's not the lifetime. It's not what you really are living for. Well, it's only a job, but the job is going to be disappointing. So tell yourself you'll have to, if you want to keep the job, you'll have to work much, much harder. Don't delegate duties. Whatever you are responsible for, you must do it yourself, because somebody else is going to let you down very badly. And you may find that your bosses or your immediate superiors may also be not very friendly with you. So if you value the job, you'll have to work very hard, be straightforward, and always cover what you say and what you do, perhaps through memos. Write a memo all the time rather than verbally ask and give instructions. That would be better. So it's a very tricky last 15 days for you of July where your job is concerned. So you'll have to be careful. You can be played out very quickly. People may be jealous of you. Now, you coming from the monkey family, what about your business areas? Well, there's a dark moon again. The dark moon always shows delays in getting what you want, and even when you get it, it will produce frustration and depression. And so I would say if you get offers for new businesses in the last 15 days of July, don't take them. Let the negotiation drag on for the following month. We're only talking of the last 16 days of July. Don't sign on the dotted line. Don't believe what's been offered to you. And your ongoing business is going to become very slow and frustrating. So you are in no position to go grab something new in the first place, but the offer will come. Somebody wants to give you an agency line or give you that kind of business to handle. Well, you've got to be very careful because you're going to be disappointed. So let's start with you signing on the dotted line, making the contract very valid and very safe for yourself, because this card is a card of disappointment. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky days. There'll be some people, you coming from the monkey family, and let's see what your lucky days are from this card. Well, it's going to be the 6th, the 15th, and the 24th of July. Very powerful lucky days for you. And whatever you do on the 6th, 15th, 24th, whether in the area of marriage, family, whether in the area of business job, whether in the area of lotteries, whether in the area of casino, whatever you want to do on the 6th, 15th, 24th is going to produce luck for you. So bookmark these and use them to get important things to be discussed or important things to be done. Now we will talk about your colors. And let's see what is the color that's going to be lucky for you in the month of July. You're coming from the monkey family. Well, it's the color of turquoise. It's a magic color, the bluish green color, turquoise. And it's going to give you plenty of support in everything that you want. Is it the finances, the job? Is it the love, the romance, the marriage, the family? Is it your health? So try and wear a lot of turquoise and contact a lot of turquoise, and you'll be inspired in every way that you want good luck to come to you. Now about your lucky ages. And let's see what your lucky ages are going to be from this card. You're coming from the monkey family. Well, if you happen to be the ages of 17 or 26 or 35 or 44 or 53 or 62 or 71 or 80, you're going to be one very lucky person, whether in job, business, whether in romance, marriage, whether in health, whether in anything. And so go out and get what you want if you're of these ages. Try your luck even in casinos. Go and buy the lotteries even, and you'll be one very lucky person. You're coming from the monkey family. Well, that's what I have to tell you. Now, if you are not of these lucky ages, you'll need to have a 90-minute session with me, which will cost you USD $50. In this 90 minutes, I'll talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years. That's going to be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. And I'll give you your lucky colors and your lucky gemstones and your lucky days and a lot of other information, your personal lottery numbers. And with all that information I have of you, I'll tackle your next 7, 8, or 9 years to show you how you can make a success of yourself. So send me that email at andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9 at gmail.com. And I'll reply to you as soon as I can. Until then, have a good month of July, you coming from the monkey family. Thank you and goodbye.